Hey there, so in this video, let's talk about the 4 custom fields that are automatically added to your GoHighLevel sub account as soon as you integrate or connect your CloseBot. Now, we'll jump over to GoHighLevel and you'll notice in the contact, or if you go to your custom fields, there's a new folder with 4 options in there. Now, the first one is goals accomplished, and I'm gonna go over to contact and show you what that looks like. So the goals accomplished is a simple checkbox system that correlates with the goals or the objectives that you've built out in CloseBot. Now, if you're just connecting it and you haven't run like any messages through CloseBot, it's going to just add a placeholder option here. And as soon as you start adding more objectives like interest or timeline, for instance, on my screen, or if you were to add a new one, in weight loss, we have one called specific areas or trouble areas. As soon as we add those in there and we run a test with our bot, it will automatically pre-populate more of those goals into the goals accomplished. So you're gonna start to see this thing build out even more. Now, forewarning, we will add them in there automatically as soon as you add them to your objectives here and you actually run a test with the bot. And that is all dependent on GoHighLevel. Sometimes it takes a little longer than other times for it to pre-populate in there, but rest assured those will be in there and they will automatically add themselves. Now, the caveat is we will never delete those out of there. So for instance, if I start with interest and timeline and appointment, or I have interest, timeline, trouble areas, and down the line, I change it because, maybe interest isn't something that I need anymore and I want to put something else, or I want to connect a different bot that has different objectives. Whenever I do that and I run the test and it's connected to that sub account, it will automatically add those into the placeholder area. So below that, you're going to start to see them build out. And again, we will add them as soon as you run the test with that bot or run a message through that bot, but we will never delete those. And if you want to delete them because it starts to get a little messy, which can happen, is you just go to the goals accomplished in your custom fields, which is within one of those folders. You're going to go to edit, and then you'll have a list of all those different options or goals or objectives that are in there. And you can simply delete them. You can reorder them. You can do whatever you like with them. But again, if you want to keep it nice and clean, you'll just need to go in here and delete them because we will not delete those out of there. Now, the second thing that you'll see in here is the message history. Now, this is not something that we need or your bot needs. This is purely for you to have a message history or a transcript. And for what we use it for in our agency is as soon as we, generate a booked appointment for our clients, we have some clients that are okay with a message summary, which I'll talk about here in a second, but some of them actually like a full transcript to see what the bot is saying, especially the first couple of weeks if the bot is new, because I don't know about you, but the first time you use it, you're always like, on the edge of your seat, like, oh my gosh, how's it gonna respond? Well, your clients are too, and a lot of times they like to see how it's talking, and you can actually send the message history by having this custom field in there. So that will automatically update. You'll see that it's defined by contact, which is the lead talking, or you'll see by assistant, you'll see the response generated by CloseBot, and this will be a running list of that entire conversation or message history. Now, the next one is latest AI response. Again, not something that we need at CloseBot, but it will pre-populate the latest response from CloseBot, so you can do with this as you please if you want to use it for workflows or filtering. Again, this custom field allows you to add this into emails. For instance, if you were to book an appointment and for some reason your client wanted to see the last message sent before that appointment was booked, well, you can do that. Now, the last and certainly not least is the conversation summary. Now, conversation summary is a really cool one, but by default, nothing's gonna be loaded in here. You're gonna notice that it's always blank unless you use our free workflow, which will summarize the conversation, and then you add it into here. Now, what's really cool and very, very powerful about the conversation summary is you can use this to wow your clients and provide even more value. For instance, in our agency, we're dealing with a lot of chiropractors, we're dealing with a lot of weight loss clinics or med spas, and for instance, with body contouring or weight loss specifically, we're checking on things like trouble areas as an objective or a goal, what they've tried before, et cetera, et cetera. And sometimes these conversations get a little deep or a little intimate or personal with the contact that's talking. And when we book that appointment, we like to send what we call a lead profile to our client, because we will send not only an appointment confirmation saying that, hey, Tina booked, but it will say that, hey, here's the summary of the conversation. So, Tina's been at this thing for like 3 years trying to lose this muffin top or her trouble areas around her midsection. And she's tried keto, she's tried starving herself, she's tried all these different things. And again, it will summarize that. And you can even add additional context in the summarizer when you put it in here. But again, very, very powerful custom field, because if you send a lead profile with not only an appointment confirmation or an objective achieved to your client, but you have a summary of that conversation so they can pick up right where CloseBot left off, you will look like a superstar. So test it out, use it, and wow your clients even more.